Welcome to episode 5 of Roadbook. Today we start with Laia Sanz, who's had a brilliant career in the bikes. The Spaniard is now getting to grips with a T1 car.
I'm enjoying a lot this experience. I always like cars. It's more safe than to be on a bike, but it feels strange now, because at this time usually we almost finish the stage and now we are still here. And of course it's less tiring also. But yeah, now for the moment I have a lot of tension in the car, because you know these things are really expensive and I'm afraid to crash in my first race.
Another new face on the mini stand is Matthias Ekström, a former World Rallycross champion and a 3-time winner of the Race of Champions.
Yeah, I mean the life in rally raid is very different to what I've done before. The stages have no pace notes, you have to drive on what you see. Also the stages are very much longer than normal rally. I think the cool thing is that you can drive in really rough terrain and a mixture of nice roads, field roads, really aggressive mountains, sand dunes, so you can go basically everywhere with these cars. I think when you're full gas on the power here, it's most of the time spinning wheel driving sideways, so it's a lot of fun, but sometimes I wish we would have more traction to go faster forward.
Filming a rally is no walk in the park. It's hundreds of competitors over hundreds of kilometres. So how exactly do they do it?
We have 3 cameras on the track, 1 camera at the bivouac, 1 in the helicopter, 6 on board, and the major improvement we bring is the FPV drones. We have 5 drones and 4 of them are first-person view FPVs. The maximum speed of these drones is 130 kilometers, which is nearly the top speed of the T3 cars. Our pilot had to train 50 hours to come on this event and even more time at the simulator. Of course, we do that work in full cooperation with the whole security of the rally to organize the traffic between the drones and the helicopters.
Thanks for watching Roadbook. Don't forget to like, share and comment, and join us for our 6th and final episode in the coming days. We've seen the strengths of the Red Bull OT3 throughout this rally, but also some weaknesses. Gearbox failure ending Guillaume de Mévius' hopes of taking victory on his debut with the Off-Road Junior team, and also costing Mitch Guthrie a serious amount of time. Well, their loss was Lionel Beau's gain. The Frenchman's had a great time this week, saying the Zephyr has really progressed. With all of Red Bull's woes, he climbed up to 2nd overall, a fantastic effort after winning the Phoenix Rally in Tunisia last month. But victory went to Cristina Gutierrez, a reward for her patience and consistency. The Spaniards described last year's Andalucia rally as a turning point in her career, and she will now have plenty of fond memories of 2021 as well. A stage win at the Dakar, victory on home soil, the 29-year-old is flying. Seth Quinteros, the youngest Dakar stage winner in history, his chances of victory here were ruined by, you guessed it, gearbox problems, but the American is upbeat about where the Red Bull team is heading. Gutierrez able to savour her victory at the finish.
Yeah, it's incredible. I am a little bit shy, but it's nice because it's Spain, it's my place, it's my favorite place of course, and I'm very happy to stay here again.
Aaron Donzalo was never really at the races in the SSVs after a big crash on the opening stage, but the Pole and his co-driver Mathieu Martin have been playing around with their settings in the Monster Energy Can-Am, and they had good speed again today, 2nd on the stage, but it was their teammate Austin Jones who took his first career victory in Rally Raid. The American stormed into the lead yesterday, and with his nearest challenger Khalifa Al-Attiyah suffering mechanical problems, he was able to see this one out in style. The stage win and the overall for Jones and his Brazilian co-driver Gustavo Gugelmin, who won the Dakar in 2018.
There we are. Yeah, we you know what, after the 2nd day we made a plan on what we were going to do. If we wanted to really win this race, we were going to have to go, and we made a plan and we got our stuff together and we went for it, and it worked out perfectly, so super happy.
On to the fourth and final stage of the Andalucia rally with an impressive fifth place for Jacopo Cerruti. The Italian's been on top of the navigation here in Spain, saying it was almost too straightforward in places. He came home in fifth place overall. The hero riders though had a spot of bother. Joaquim Rodriguez crashed twice while Franco Caimi incurred late penalties, but their teammate Sebastian Bühler finished inside the top four. The German 8th overall after that 15-minute penalty yesterday for changing his engine. Today's 247km stage using many of the same slippery tracks as stage 2. Lorenzo Santolino knew it was going to be tough to make up almost 3 minutes on the leader Joan Barreda, but after a minor crash early on he found a good pace. The Spaniard said that opening twice here has been good for his navigation, and even if he could only manage third today, he was extremely happy with second place overall. Joan Barreda hasn't won a rally since Mozuga 2018, but the Spaniard's drought is over after he kept Santolino at bay on this final stage. After 4 wrist operations and a lot of hard work in recent years, he's finally back on top of the podium. A brilliant effort to win by 3.5 minutes from Santolino. And the good news didn't stop there for Honda. Their new boy Pablo Quintanilla took the stage for victory in spite of some tricky navigation and those enduro-style tracks. He'll soon be heading home to Chile to take his new bike for a spin in the desert, but first he can celebrate joining Barreda on the podium. Quintanilla third overall on his debut.
It was not easy, really hard, really demanding rally, short 4 days, but really explosive.
Confirmation of the final standings, Barreda ahead of Santolino and Quintanilla, with Rodriguez and Cerruti rounding out the top 5. On to the fourth and final stage, and this has been a good comeback for Yazid Al-Rajhi, who still has a small crack in his C7 vertebra after crashing at the Sharqiya Baja. He's enjoyed the technical stages in Spain and was delighted to finish on the podium. Next up for him will be Kazakhstan. Erik van Loon may now switch his focus to the Bajas World Cup, and he's heading home on a high. The Dutchman was targeting the top 5 overall and finished in 4th place. He found the first part of today's stage tricky, especially the scary downhill sections, but he sped up later in the day and brought his Hilux home in 4th place. Matthias Ekstrom didn't take too many risks at the start of this week, saying that Rally Raid rookies have to be smart, but his confidence in the Mini has grown and he swept to 3rd today. The Swede setting himself up for the long haul in this discipline with the Dakar victory in his crosshairs. This was certainly an encouraging performance in 5th overall. Well, Nasser Al-Attiyah went into the final stage with a solid lead of almost 5 minutes, and that meant that he could afford to take it a little bit easy. The Qatari praised his co-driver Mathieu Baumel for another great job as they successfully defended their title. They've also promised to return next year to target the hat-trick. For Carlos Sainz, this was just a one-off experience in the 4x4, but he says it's been a useful exercise. He's also been mentoring fellow Mini teammate Laia Sanz as she gets to grips with the T1 cars. El Matador said that if the rally had started today, he might have been able to give Al-Attiyah more of a fight, but he contented himself with the final stage victory and 2nd place overall.
It was a fantastic weekend, I am quite happy to win again and defend our title from last year, and we are really fast crew in this rally. Yeah, I am quite happy. Matthew, he did really good job, navigation, and the team overdrive, he did really good job. I am quite happy, to win this race.
Well, Al-Attiyah winning by just 43 seconds in the end after a late penalty ahead of Sainz, 3 Toyotas and 2 Minis making up the top 5.